Well, that's foggy, isn't it? Welcome, one and all. It is the Nürburgring Nordschleife Gesamtstrecke. The well, it's a very fitting layout for the cars out there. Well, I mean, as I said, it is the Gesamtstrecke. A very, very complex layout with plenty of corners, plenty of runoff. Well, when I say plenty of runoff, I might be lying. According to the timer, it's 9 o'clock, but I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. But what is accurate is that it's absolutely overcast with the weather set at 18 degrees Celsius. A fog of 23% and humidity at 100. Very much a very foggy day out there. Qualifying has already completed for the boys and girls, so they'll be going straight into the proceedings. Well, might I remind you, this is the Gesamtstrecke, the combined layout sans the turn 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You rejoin past Michael Schumacher S. And you basically go from there. And yeah, that's all the camera can see. Fog. There's a cross in the middle, by the way. You can just barely see it. That's how much fog there is on the track today. Oh, it's gonna make for a interesting. It's gonna make for an interesting race, most definitely. And I hope you have a nice cuppa with you as we get ready for it is 7 timed laps around Nordschleife. As always, the pace car starts on the rolling hills near Tiergarten, or as I call it, Bilstein, because that is what it says on the overhead. It is very much a case of a lot of runoff into barriers on either side. But the names are long and arduous. 10 HPDs, 9 GT1s, and 4 GT2s. The names include Liam Loisel, Lola, Jose Blanco, De La Fuente, Valido, Olu Banks, Richard Fry, Sebastian Knief, Cabrera III, Albert Banks, David Barclaw, James Wilson, Alex McCoy, Kevin Bellens, not Bellend, Bellens, Ellis Spice, oh that's a nice name, Ellis Spice, Stefan Hazley, Peter Vestergaard, Bjorn Ackerman, Brian Diaz, Christoph Olesnizak, Seth Whitaker, Steve Cahill, and Finn Kuhlmann. Oh, it's not Tiergarten. It's the bit before Tiergarten. But as you can see, drivers ready to go, raring to get going, cracking on the whips of the fog. And as I said, 10 HPDs, 9 GT1s, and 4 GT2s in 4 GT class. This is where the stuff is made. That's GT1 class right there. They're getting ready to run away from Cross, otherwise known as Kevin Bellens. And that is... every time I look at it, it just says pussy on the front. And I start laughing like a little child. Like, you know, I'm meant to be mature. I'm mature. It'll just be me in the box today, but we'll have plenty of fun under any regard. One of my favorite tracks. And I hope within the next 7 laps that you can enjoy it as much as I do. Past Bilstein. Down into one of the trickiest parts of the race circuit. The dip before you rise back up through. You want to be braking at severe pace when you get to this section. And then onwards from there. Pace car will pull off momentarily as they come around. They do not take right. They go straight on to the Grand Prix Strecke, as the Germans would say. a very, very, very overcast day. The Germans would be happy to see that exciting racing will take place, and that is green flag racing. Loyola sort of caught in the middle, not in place, but green flag is out, and they're already ready to go. It's coming to the first corner. Oh, that's a rear end. That is De La Fuente off the track as he comes off. The GT1's coming down into the same area. That is going to be James Wilson on the outside battling David Barraclough, as that is a steaming ahead car of Kevin Bellins as he's trying to get away. The GT2s in a scrap of their own. That is going to be Seth Whitaker, all out of sorts, but able to clap back. Oh, very good indeed. Sliding through there with no issues whatsoever. And comes back through and doesn't need even a break of the sweat. Back into P2 he goes. Jose Blanco up through what would be the back end of the Grand Prix Strecke. Chasing down in his Barbie car. I don't think they race this car now at HPD level. But you know what? I'm all for it. Because I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Wrapped in plastic. It's fantastic. Yave Valido chasing him down. Very difficult sections coming up. First time through the front end. You want to get this right, left, right, left, right. There you go. The first set into the left. Sweep. Right. Left. Dip. On you go. Punch it towards the jump. Sweep around. Do the cars jump here? They don't. They HGVs, but they do get unsettled. Double right-hander. That's the 4 kilometer mark. Under threat now is Jose. He's not got a lot of speed. That is a revving engine of Valido. 290 kilometers an hour as he comes to the left. Oh, hold it. Breaking down. Sweep right. And in you go. Very well done from Yave. Barraclough. He has just been able to dominate in all the races that he does. He's an absolute weapon with this car. That's not to say this man ahead of him is any different. Bellins, apart from the unfortunate last name that I mispronounced once, I'll have you know, once, is able to wield this B8 motor through some very argy-bargy sections of the track. Upcoming to Rebel Tree, that's the 7 kilometers already done with. Rebel Tree, bye-bye Rebel Tree. Sweeping left-hander. Come out, then in. Coming up towards hit, miss, hit. Or miss, hit, miss. Depending on which car you in. This is going to be, oh, struggle to get the nose in. Miss. Hit. Miss. Sweeping out. Want to get this right because it's downhill braking. Oh, look how much he's swirling. That car is definitely, well, very scared around here. I would have said not as scared as these cars. This is Seth Whitaker. Chasing down the pussy mobile. Oh, going wide. Coming through. Miss, hit, miss. Sweeping down. Continuing downhill. Just past 9 kilometers an hour on the first lap. You want to be able to be very brave to drive this car. I'm telling you now, because if you get it wrong, you're in the wall. You're going to be crying. Everybody's going to be laughing at you because you clowned. And yeah. What else can be said but good luck if you do. Started the charge back up the hill for the back half of the track. 11 kilometers past. Next section to contend with is bravery. And in these cars, you absolutely need to be brave. You can see on the rearview mirror of Seth Whittaker, he doesn't have to deal with Steve Cahill or Finn Kuhlman, as they're both far behind him at this point. Here's bravery. Oh, crikey, that car is sweeping out wide. He missed the apex. 13 kilometers. Into the braking, up towards the first carousel. Will the GT2s be able to take it nicely? I don't think so. In they go. Yave Valido. Oh, you can just see how much scraping there is. He's having to pull off. He is towed. Oh, dearie me, with some severe damage. I think we have had our first casualty. The Green Hell has claimed its first nose cone. Hopefully didn't do it at YouTube corner. That's the right-hander. Next right-hander is YouTube. He goes wide. Oh, and the grass takes him. Oh, that is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Liam Loisel next to contend with the wall, but has made it out alive. A bit of damage to his front left, so that will affect his aero quite a bit, I'd imagine. Jose is chasing down Albert Banks, who's also got issues. Severe front end damage I can try and see. Yeah, he's got Kermunched. Peter Vesgaard, next person to befell the... Ooh. He kept it out of the wall, though. Whew. Just about. Kept it out of the wall. Well, this is what I want to see. I want to hear this. I know you do, too. Listen to that engine. (278, 280 kilometers an hour. However, Bellens matches his pace. Bellens has tricked out his car to prevent slipstreaming. He has done the right thing. Used the B8 motor where it was needed. Liam Loisel into the pits. Obviously, the damage was too severe for him to handle at this point. And we completed lap 1. You survived. Very well done from the guys so far, but battles all the way through. Seth still chasing down. That is one very bouncy car. Albert Banks also into the pits. 286 kilometers. So the GT2s are faster on the straights than the GT1s. But obviously, where it counts in the corners, the GT2s definitely do lose a bit of pace. And they will cross the line under the BMW M Power to complete. Oh, a very blinky first lap for Christian. Back up to Olu Banks. Huge problem for Jose. Made a massive hash of things coming on towards the Nordschleife. The Barbie and Ken doll experience definitely under some threat. Coming on through. Needs to keep this tidy now. He's under threat. Olu Banks obviously had qualified a bit further down than where he's currently placed now, but kept it clean so far. That's all he needs to do. On towards the jump. You can see how the rev meter kind of just pings off as they get a little bit of air. The car obviously coming off the ground a little bit. Jose can do nothing. Sweep on through goes Olu Banks. Oh, crikey. 290 kilometers an hour, 280 kilometers an hour through there. And then having to sort of hope and pray the car holds, but it's a HPD, so a good bit of downforce these cars have. And made it gone through. Barclough threatening very hard now. He knows that he has to make the pass. DBR9 typically is better in the corners, at least I would say from my own experience. So he has to make the move in the corners and then make up enough time to get past and out of slipstream range for the straights before he can do anything. Slip on through. Down into the cut and tumble. The back end. Oh! And the speed these guys carry, and you just... when you sit on board with them, it's an experience. Alex McCoy, Stefan Hazley, and Bjorn Ackermann. Bjorn Ackermann in his lovely Jägermeister car number 21. We get a view of the iRacing logo. He's on board with Bjorn Ackermann as he's coming through. Up ahead is Alex McCoy, and up ahead Alex is Stefan Hazley. Stefan able to control. Sweeping on through onto miss, hit, miss. Hit, miss. Want to be able to sort of allow the car to nicely drive out to the side of the road. Don't scrub off too much speed. Oh, a little bit of a tumble for Alex McCoy, not linking up the corners correctly. It's a quite beast of a car, that C6R. You can just see how much more composed Bjorn is, and Bjorn's a very experienced driver. Do not put, you know, his iRating by him. He is composed, especially in a car that treats him well. Back up the hill. With composure in their hearts, they look for a good L time. On now towards Bravery. You'll see the signs come up through. They come quick and fast. Clusterl in towards Bravery. Chuck it in. And hope your car comes to the other side unscathed. Both and all three of them do. Stefan Hazley getting a bit away from this group. Back on through. I can say safely that Barclough has a bit of a tumultuous time on his hands. If we go to him now, he is still stuck behind Kevin Bellens. Bellens doing in a masterclass of holding formation. He just has to drive as fast as he possibly can, while also holding this man back. Barclough is a beast of a driver. I was about to say something even more extreme, but, you know, I think Beast will cover it most succinctly. Barclough is an absolute weapon. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. An absolute weapon behind the wheel. And especially in that car, he can push it. Pedal to the metal as he goes through. Coming up to YouTube. Sweeping right-hander. That's YouTube. None of them are going to be making on the highlights this week. At least here's hoping. Please, please, please. I don't want to curse another man. Please, no. Right-hander. Then sweeping left towards the entrance to the second carousel. Mini carousel. Hold it inside. Let the car drift out as soon as the carousel ends, but do not let it go too far because the road kind of invites you to the outside. It does. Sweep on through. On towards the back straight. Well, the only other bloody straight there is, because the rest of them are just corners. And now here's the problem that Barclough has. That is the speed. The same exact speed that David Barclough is going. The gap may be closing a little bit. It is stuck at half a second. And Bellens is now going faster. Crazy. Breaking in to compression. Out past ADAC. On back towards the start-finish straight of the main circuit. And Seth just died. Oh, yep. Seth is dead. Seth is not only dead, he is oh. Oh, he's not going to like me showing him this, but... Oh, dear. That is a price you pay. Oh! Oof. Oh, please don't tell me that was at near YouTube corner. Oh, no. No, oh, no, it's not YouTube. I'm not going to be cursed by a man. No, not YouTube. It was a set of corners behind. A set of corners behind YouTube. I tell you, when your when your rear right wheel looks like it's got four wheel steering, that's when you that's when you might need to. Oh, yeah, that is some severe crabbing when it's full left lock and you can barely go straight. Oh, oh, that is, oh, that makes me hurt. Oh dear. Oh, goodness gracious. That was on the inside. Bjorn Ackerman challenging Alex McCoy. McCoy and Ackerman have fallen back off of Stefan Hazley, who will now be trying to charge towards the car ahead of him, which is David Barclough. Potential is there. The potential is there. Bjorn Ackerman on the inside, or no, on the outside. Coming through. Oh, and he makes it. Well done, Bjorn Ackerman. That was through. It's not the it's not the WEC S. It's the other one. Can't remember the name, but yeah, just made a good move on the outside and did the Schumacher. Except Schumacher did go off a little bit. Poor John Lacey. He just wanted to win. Poor John Lacey. Police report. David Barclough still stuck behind the car of Kevin Bellens. And he's having to hold formation, really. But Bellens will essentially be 100% pushed throughout. You'll have to not make any concessions. And if he does, it's going to be a very difficult time on the wheel. We can see the rearview mirror that he can see. I mean, just full of a green in color, a very light green in color, lime green in color, David Barclough, with just the headlights for company. He knows that he can't slow down. I mean, why would you? You'd want to win, wouldn't you? As is the case on Loilola's mind right now in the PlayStation branded HPD. 7 seconds ahead of this man, Olu Banks, who comes through. You can just tell how much fog there is around the back end, isn't there? Jeepers creepers. Also, I do think that the time is correct because it's 9:37 and it's getting very dark. At the back of the field for the GT2, ones, is this battle. James Wilson versus Peter Vestergaard. Remember, Vestergaard was the fella that kept it out of the wall. But I'm pretty sure he was screaming the entire time. I mean, I would be as well. Come on down to Browntown. Browntown being the amount of brown that you'll have to change your pants for. Oh, crikey, that is off for James Wilson coming through. Miss hit miss. As you can see, I guarantee you that a lot of them are going to be having to change their pants after this one because the amount of amount of close moments I've seen on track has been biblical. Right, this is lap 3. 30 minutes remain. 5 laps remain. And Christoph just taking it easy. He's seen what happened to Seth. Steve Cahill out there trying to chase him down. He's also just taking it easy. But when you see this, when you see the hillsides just covered in nothing, like you can just see trees and then they fade to fog. You're scared. And indeed, yeah, it is an achievement in itself for the drivers to be able to survive. I'm telling you, especially in this car, the Ford. That's a miracle in and of itself. Johan Ackerman has made good on his escape. That's McCoy coming through the same corner, but 5 seconds behind. Not able to affect anything. Had actually made a mistake, and Bjorn has actually made good on his breaking out. Will push on. A bit of a slip comes through. You see Stefan Hazley ahead of him in the very well nice Martini livery. I do like that livery for some reason on that car. Is that historical? Even if it isn't, it's still a great nice livery. I'll do a hop and skip into YouTube corner. Sweeping around. Oof. You just get the sense that they have slick tires on, right? Well, obviously. They have slick tires on, but, you know, in some of the corners, you just think to yourself, did they forget to, put the slicks on? Did they give them road tires? Because some of the... Oh, Stefan Hazley! Issues coming through the second... Oof, that was a hop and a skip and a heartthrob moment. Whew! Through the second carousel. And he is unbelievably now under threat from Bjorn Ackerman. And Bjorn is closing. Jose Blanco has retired. That means there are only 6 HPDs running out there. 5 on the lead lap. The green helm is not to be trifled with. Absolutely not. And Bjorn Ackerman. Oh, can't wait for Bjorn to... Oh, come on, Bjorn. Rooting for you, my boy. The lights come on the Rhine, on the Thüri Rhineland. In on the inside goes Bjorn. He'll take the corner. Stefan Hazley deciding not to fight it now. Anything can happen, as Stefan Hazley says. And Stefan is very, very calculated. He's very calculated on how he drives. He's not one to give in to emotion. Oh! I didn't think it'd be the next corner. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, Bjorn. I swear. Alex McCoy caught right back up. As has Ellis Spice. Caught up to McCoy, who is coming through. Not the WEC S or the WEC chicane, but the other layout, the older layout, in a Donald Duck Disney. What is that livery? Thankfully, the sun will be fully setting soon. I don't have to look at that. That's a livery right there. I didn't think I would want to not see that, but it's so blue. I just got Donald Duck plastered all over it. I'll go away. Oh dear. I'm pretty sure Alex Horn is going to look at this and be like, oh look, it's right in TV. They've cursed the man again. On through now. That's David Barclough. Still stuck. I'm not sure what you can do if you're in a situation where you might have accidentally applied too much wing, but not enough wing to be able to overtake in the corners on a track that is not wide enough, really, apart from a few places where you can be extremely brave to make an overtake, apart from the Dottinger Straight. It's really a tough nut to crack on this one. He has to just be as fast or even beyond fast in this case. And it's just a case of what can you do? As I said, it's difficult. Come on through. Down in. The lights are definitely on at this point. If you thought it was dark and foggy, well, I'm prepared to be seen with both combinations now, because the lights are fully on. All you would ever see in the cockpit of one of these cars, in this car in particular, is two dials. Your RPM, the gear you're in, that also includes your rev. That's it. None of this modern stuff. Bellens is a little bit more advanced. He's got RPM. He can see his speed. He can see how good or shit he is. But he's doing it amazingly there in the car right now. But he's not got much else. Oh! You could just hear the strike of the pan. Whew. I'm telling you, I'll never get old of that. Just the noises that you can hear now. In through. It's a very lonely night out there when you're just chasing down another car. You can see it, but you can't pass him. Can't get him on a Dottinger Straight. And it's a soul-crushing job for David Barclough, but he is equipped and he's a man of the hour. I guarantee he can do it. Bjorn Ackerman has run away from Alex McCoy, and I guarantee will probably be like, I didn't do that. No. Let's do a do-over. No. Come on. Ooh, it's a bit of a slalom. Oh, that is not good. I see his tires not cooperating with where he wants to go. And it's only 18 degrees Celsius. He might... Oh! Bit of overdriving there, Bjorn. Keep it steady. Might be a little bit of overheating of the tires a little bit. Might be trying to stretch them. Come on through the S's. Jump into YouTube. You're not missing anything else in the other classes, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. I want to keep it here anyway. I want to see the conundrum that Barclough will have to put to himself. Ooh, Bellens. That's the first real mistake he's made. Coming through Schwarz into Mini Carousel. Nice and tidy. And I want to put it onto this car this time. Does Bellens get threatened by David Barclough? Let's listen. No. 277, 278, 279, 280, 281. They're matching each other for pace. Yet Barkla has slipstream. This is bananas. He must have whacked so much wing on that car that he's losing 4 or 5 kilometers an hour on the straight with slipstream. It's bananas. Crazy. Also, by I just saw on the side of Bellens' car is... Oh, he's coming in. Does Barkla have the bravery? He can go one more lap. But can you make it? When you need to focus, can you make it in the night? And hope and pray that Bellens can be overcut. That is the thing that's going through his mind. Spice. And oh god, Donald Duck. Disney. Car. Under Bilstein. Left-hander. McCoy tucks in behind. On through. The more I look at this sparkly Donald Duck Disney car. Forget all of the other cursed liveries, the curses I've put on people. Nah. This is worse. It's just Donald Duck's happy-go-lucky face. Just sat right in front of me. I don't know what to do with it. I just want to pat it on the head and be like, good livery. I love you, meme livery. Stefan Aisley will now again be under threat. On board with him. Cut through. On the rear there is where the Michael Schumacher S would be if we were to take the full length. But this is the Gesamtstrecke. James Wilson in the pits. Stefan Aisley just has to hold formation. He's a good, competent driver, and has definitely shown how much of a tactician he is. Great racecraft too. But Bjorn, when he gets into the groove and can race, he can catch, just like he did now. I will say nothing more, because if I curse the man again and he watches his back, he's gonna at me on the Discord and say, "Rob, you cursed me. I didn't ask for this." Closing in now. Cutting through into the double S's. I think it's on towards... I think... my goodness, the corner names escape me, even though I remember learning them. Flugplatz. Onto the jump. Oh, a little bit of air there for Bjorn. Very brave through to double right-hander. That's the 4 kilometer mark. Comes on the outside. Oh, jeepers creepers. The exclamation mark there is telling you that you shouldn't be brave here, but here he is, Bjorn coming around the outside, cutting in nice and effectively. Well done. Goodness gracious. My goodness. I don't know why, but Bjorn, he can one corner make a mistake, but on another corner he just shows how fast he can be. Also, Brian Nicole, if you're still out there, if you're still out there dating each other, you know, you've been immortalized in iRacing. I wonder if any of them are still together. Bellens now just has to focus. Coming through now, he's just racing his own race. the thought to be going through his mind would be, I hope that, first off, Barclough has to pit, for one. But the second thought is, I hope that I've made enough time to affect any undercut, overcut, blah, 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 blah. And just hope that it comes golden when this man, David Barclough, has to make his pit stop. Oh, no. Oh, I've cursed the man again. Why did I have to put the camera on him the second that he makes a mistake? Why? Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, crikey. Alright, let's have a look at what happened there. Alright. On board with him. David Barclough makes a mistake. Oh. Oh, jeepers. I tell you, if you did that in a real car, your arse would be, yeah. You wouldn't certainly have a back bottom after that. You'd say it's just a pencil. Gracious, my goodness. Right. Well, I've cursed another man by pointing a camera at him. In the pits comes Loyola and Olu Banks. Olu Banks, by the way, has been catching at a breakneck pace. Loyola. The PlayStation in the further box, so he'll get the quicker run out. But does Olu Banks have an effective way of dealing with things? He does indeed. A good 3 seconds, almost 3 seconds shorter pit stop. Sebastian Knief into the box as well for third place. He's doing good. Jose Cabrera. Is this the... I can barely feckin' see. That is not the Barbie car. But I'm pretty sure that's the Puerto Rican flag. Good on you. Is that the Puerto Rican flag? Here, hang on. I need to Google this. Let me see. Is that... It is the Puerto Rican flag. Hell yeah. I got it right in the first go. Like, the fog is immense. It's 20% right now, but I can barely see. Like, all you can see is the lights. And then you have to guess which the car it is if you... Oof. I wouldn't want to be taking brave decisions like that now, if I'm being honest. Barclough is in the pits, though. That is... I think that's Brian Diaz. It is Brian Diaz. Spent 6 minutes in the pits for repairs, but he's come back out. This is... David Barclough has come out of the pits. Very close indeed. Bellens has to come back into the pits. No! Oh no, what happened? Don't tell me that's a drive-through. No, he has to come back into his box. What for? He missed it! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, if you could see my face... It's... Oh... Oh, my heart. But, and the worst thing is that the feckin' bloody Donald Duck livery comes in and plays itself. Oh. I've cursed 2 men. It could have been the wrong fuel amount, yeah. And you know what's even worse? If it recalculates this lap, and that stop was made for nothing, That would send me. That would send me. Yeah, it was an absolutely great battle. Jeepers creepers. Oh. David Barclough, though, he made the right call. As I say, it's not over till the fat lady sings, or in this case, the Jack Flag waves. And if you are better in the sum of the parts than somebody who can peak, yeah, just a little mistake can just seal the deal, and it can ruin you as well. Like, I've made similar mistakes, and you just sit there going, I really shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have gone any inside of the HPD at Le Mans of 2019, even though we won that split. Really should have set my alarm. Well, 24 hours of racing will do it to you. But even here, even in a race like this, where the track can really do you a number when you're driving around it. You may think it's 7 laps. It'll be a quick race. No. It's 7 laps around the Nordschleife, which doesn't give you a break until the Dottinger straight. It does not give you a break. It is constant cornering, constant thinking. The car has to be placed here. Where do I get the maximum speed? Where do I put the car in for the next corner? What about the big problems? The back end of the track. My car is really heavy. How am I going to deal with it being uphill? Curbing as well. Like, a lot of curbing. You'll have to take a lot of curbing in the GT cars. You have to cut. You have to be effective. You can't upset the car too much, though, because it can still get upset. In the HPDs, especially when you're driving through, you think you're on top of the world. You think you're a big game. This HPD is open cockpit. There's nothing. There's nothing to protect your brain. And the lights can see bugger all. You're having to think, my floor, if I damage it, I lose 10 kilometers. That's it. It's like, it's nuts. Oh, don't jump. YouTube. Yeah. Especially with the bug of the lights. You have to be very much a alert. You have to be awake for this track. The track, you don't drive the track. You survive the track. Exactly. And through now onto the Dottinger straight. I know this is not. I know I'll keep harping on this. This is not a Nissan. God damn it. This is a Honda. I also found it funny that that the HPD cars was one of the few cars on the sim that still reports its fuel load at kilos or pounds instead of liters. I don't know. It just seems a bit but I know I can understand why they would do it. I mean, F1 cars today, they'll do, instead of liters, they'll do standard weighting of fuel flow of kilograms an hour. Your fuel flow rate can only be, I think it's something like what, 100, 110 kilograms an hour. Imagine you had an efficiency rating in that car, in your car. White flag, and I just have to comment. hats off to everybody who's made it through, and even those that took part. This is a race. This is where no matter who you are, creed, flag, or fashion, this is where you definitely go to put your mark and say, I did that. And no, by the way, it is not your screens, by the way. It is, A, it is this dark, and B, it is this foggy. Vault currently is still 20%. It's 19 degrees track temperature in the middle of May. And that's all you can see. It's just a pair of headlights. Just a pair of headlights. Like, it's crazy. Can just report, by the way, poor Steve Cahill, worse for wear. He had an accident at some point throughout the track. Had to get repairs, but is back out. But that car, I can see it through the fog. It's had a crunch on the front right. So obviously, Christoph Olesniak, as I said, absolute weapon. I don't understand why he chose an energy drink that's called Pussy. Note to anybody that's listening: this is it is a brand. Apparently, it still exists. I am not saying anything rude. This is literally the brand of the bloody drink. Oh God. It is bloody great though. It'd be like, I can say pussy on television, but I'm not being rude. Lola on his final lap. 4 minutes to go on the perspectives. He's halfway through the track already. And unfortunately for Ollie Banks, you know, he put in work out there today, but was unable to catch Vinicki. I need to not bloody curse a man. He hit the wall. For Christ's sake. I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna keep it here. Okay? Okay, we all in agreement? Are we all in agreement? Oh. How many more times? You heard nothing. I saw nothing. I heard nothing. I ain't saying nothing. Ah, crike in a bike. Coming through. This is the back end of the track. As you climb back up the hill. On towards, or just past Bravery. On towards the first carousel. And just to signify, I want you to get a good grasp of how, I can see the lights flicker like crazy. Jeepers. There's Barrett Club, by the way. That's all he can see. Is nice orange headlights, and it is. I can imagine it is worse in the car. Yeah. Through now, pass, or coming up to hit, or miss, hit, miss. I keep mixing them up. Miss. Hit. Miss. No. Balance's view is quite bright. Not because of anything else other than the fact that he's got surrounded by cars. You know, I keep missing the fact that that these cars have the round steering wheel. Well, I've missed them. I mean, they were great for GT cars. Probably not useful for these cars because it'd been for quite a while at this point that they had you know, more of a racy style set of wheels. No. Okay, thank God. Okay, thank God. Barclay blinked and I thought he had disconnected. I was about to be like, this is just peak Raidillon TV broadcasting a race. Like the fact that you can only see a pair of headlights through the fog. I'd be scared to death. But at the very least, for Vinicius Loyola, drove an excellent race out there. And the only thing that I think he would want is just for the fog to go away, because he comes around the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and in the complete darkness into the light of the start-finish straight, wins the round 9 at the Nordschleife. There's not even any lights to greet him. He just gets to see one small light at the pit exit and makes it home for the checkered flag, as does Olu Banks, who comes home as well in through the fog and makes it home. Sebastian Knief, the top 3. Very well done from him. Second and third, Olu Banks and Sebastian Knief. Very welly. Yes, the thing that you put on your boot. Your foot. Comes home in the third. Jose Cabrera is on his way home too. But how about this, man? I mean, what can you say about David? Apart from the fact that he just drives a great race, but I'd say my driver of the day goes to Kevin Bellens. The one mistake that he made was not fueling enough for the end, and my heart goes out to him absolutely. But unfortunately, when you slice and dice and take risks, unfortunately you can come out the wrong side of the risk. In this case, the risk was that he underfueled a little bit and had to take a concession, get back into the pits and take an extra lump of fuel. And then this man, oh, please don't blink like this. No, don't blink like this. Please, please. David, I'm begging you now. Please, please, please. My eyes are closed. I'm not cursing you in any way, shape, or form. I don't have to. Okay, I'm just not going to look at him until he crosses the finish line. Kevin Bellens, though, as I said, my man of the hour. Bellens drove an absolutely great race, and just unfortunately that one mistake did cost him. But as I said, unfortunately in the world of racing, one mistake can cost you a race. It can cost you a championship. And he drove so well. Absolutely sky blue. Yeah, he drove so well. But hats off to David Barclay. He did not blink further than that, and makes it across the line finally at the end for him. And I say, what a great race from him and from Bellens, who has to unfortunately commiserate to second place. Coming down through past Buchstein, in through the last set of corners, left, right, then left, and emerging out of the fog onto the start finish rate. Second place for him. Bjorn Ackerman, what an absolute superb drive from him. My goodness, just 1600 iRacing, and he's out here competing like he is, putting his best foot forward. What an absolute drive by him. Third place for the homeboy's favourite, crossing the start finish line. Steve Cahill, by the way, for the GT2s has already finished, so in Christoph's honor, I'll let him drive us out for the last few moments. Onto the start finish he goes. And what an absolute drive he is. The only car in GT to last onto the lead lap. Of course, the others battling it their hearts out as well, but unfortunately, mistakes got them in the end. We saw especially what happened to Seth Whitaker. That is one Cremont car, as we saw. There's just no way. There's just no... Oh my goodness. What? Is he... There's... Good job. In reverse. There's your results. If you like what you see, click the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Oh. If you click like, subscribe. Next week. Oh, goodness gracious. What an end. Next week is brand touch. You can find us on YouTube. Click like, subscribe if you've done this moment on TV. Next week is going to be Brands Hatch. Back to the 30 minutes as is usual. Oh, crikey. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If you click like, subscribe to Dustin Simone on TV. Next week, as I said, Brands Hatch on the same time. Oh, actually, we might be doing it on Thursday, depending. But Thursday at the same time. And we hope to see you there. The big names that were to come home were, as we said, the car of Christophe, who reversed, David Barriclough, who blinked, Loyola, who didn't. Your race winners in each class, of course, as you go backwards. And in honor of Christophe, we'll go backwards through the order. But until next week, I have been Robert O'Brien. Laughing in the background has been Craig King. And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner that you need. Good evening, one and all.